Call Mr. Colum Eastwood. Mr. Eastwood.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Can I just say that this report is a detailed demonstration of the breadth and depth which European issues have an influence on and a relevance to our own politics. There are those who would suggest, and some of them in this House, that the European project is a malign influence, an intrusive interference in our decision-making. This report sweeps away such uninformed ignorance. The substance of this report gives clear evidence that on the major themes of infrastructure, agriculture, peace monies and business development, the EU and its impact play a massively positive role for the people of the North. Access to a single market, the continued high-level audience we receive at the highest levels in Europe, and the various funds we avail of ensure that we are massive net beneficiaries from the EU. The evidence of all these benefits can be seen across the North today. Many of our highest-profile projects, Derry's Peace Bridge and the Maze Long Kesh, have sought and received European monies for their implementation. Mr. Speaker, the SDLP has been the only major party consistently advocating the benefits for 30 years of the European Union. The Euroscepticism of others has not helped in this legacy of all-round benefit. Mr. Deputy Speaker, of course there are directives which appear and undoubtedly are at times cumbersome, restrictive or even irrelevant. Such is the nature, though, of any institution of such size and such complexity. Amidst the speed of change currently engulfing the EU, there should be a chance to solve some of these negative aspects of its bureaucracy. The overall picture of this report is of European opportunities which we have only begun to discover. If grasped, there does exist many avenues of cooperation which could act to significantly improve our economic and social fabric. We have some way to go in our expertise of applying for European funds. The recent failure in the application for the Titanic Quarter is a very high-profile and high-cost example of this. There isn't a department, Mr. Deputy Speaker, within this executive which should not be preparing to submit applications to the Horizon 2020 fund, for example. As evidence from the recent IDA report, the South are already a long way along this road. My SDLP colleagues will speak later in more detail about the issues in their committees, like CAP reform, common fishery policies, single farm payments, structural funds, TEN-T transport and other issues. But, Mr. Speaker, as the British Prime Minister intends to instigate a possible long goodbye from the EU, it is all the more important that we emphasise the great benefits the EU has provided for this part of the world. David Cameron's and the Tory party's assessment of the EU is very much an English analysis and an English experience. The Irish experience is one of infrastructural investment, huge advancements in agriculture and consistent commitment to the principles and policies of peace. At these times of crisis and change for the EU, it is all the more important that our experience and voice is heard. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker.